Welcome to another episode of Decode. I thank you so much for subscribing. I thank you so much for hitting that like button. I really appreciate it. It motivates me to keep sharing what I keep learning in Gematria and all these things that I'm trying to get a hold of. And I already made 2 connections, Decode 4144 and now this movie 405, which I recommend you see. If you're into part 4, that means you probably watched part 1, 2, and 3, and maybe Decode 144, the first video. Roger that. And I'll explain how I made that connection. So continuing from last time, we had this, the 8-8. Now rhodium, the 45th element, rhodium equals to 88. The 45th element, once again tying to the film that I'm speaking of. You could watch it yourself if you have a chance. 405 dealing with the 911, those 2 connections. So if you're speeding through, now you know what I'm talking about, the connection to this movie 405 to 911. So roger that. Let's continue. This looks like a silver metallic element, and this is actually the symbol of rhodium, is the rose. RH with a half-life of 3.3 years, which I thought was funny. 33 years, or 33, the number 33 connection to the Masons. The 207 add up equals 9. The 99, another reference there. And the 2.9 equals 11. You get the 9, 11, 9, and 11 right there. Rhodium symbol is a rose, and in Gematria rose equals to 24 and 204. And where else do we see the rose? None other than OJ appearing in the Rose Bowl, which I spoke of in part 3. Yes. Okay, so OJ Simpson speed chase started in the 4-5, went on the 55. Once again, making a connection to the movie 405. Okay, because they were both riding that. And what were they riding on? One was riding a Bronco, the white Bronco that you see here. And we watched that movie live. We watched this movie live, and we watched this movie live. That's hilarious. And they're both connected in the numbers. Okay, no conspiracy, just interpretation of these meanings, and they are connecting. So we see the connections in the Chinese zodiac of the metal snake, representing the year 2001, the metal eating metal on 9/11. So if you can see on that horrific day, it was metal eating metal. The building fell, it swallowed itself. Okay, just like the snake eating the snake. Just like how we see here. So no conspiracy here. I have no time to research for hours just to give you gibberish alarmism. These are the sacred truths found through the elements, the letters, the numbers, the tarot, the planets, like Logan from Decode Your Reality has shown you time and time again, and proven it in modern day alchemy. Okay, look at it right there, those 2 towers, just a reference again. If you want to follow up with that Decode 144, I'll speak more in detail. So the 25,368 I get from the speedometer. I should have put a picture up, so sorry. Right here, the speedometer of the car, of the Jeep. So that's where I got that reference. Bruce Brannett, a producer of the film, the BB. Those 2 letters, B and B, kind of looks like 88 also. Right there, rhodium 88. And what's the 88th element right here? Radium, 88th element is radium. So it's another tie to this. Radium and rhodium, I found it hilarious that they both kind of like sound the same. Rhodium, the 45th element, and the 88th element, radium. So the metal itself was isolated by Marie Curie and Andre de Buren in 1911. Look at those numbers, 911. I mean, damn, that's kind of like, if you don't see it right now, I don't know what to tell you. The 405, I believe it was predicting something, and we all know what it was. The 405 is in LA, And how do we make this New York tie from LA to New York? These are actually the state flags. New York is where obviously the event happened. How does the second biggest city and the first biggest city, so the first here, the second here, biggest city in United States, have to do, what does that have to do with 405, right? Okay, so we get this from the Gematria, I'm so sorry, from the Gematria, LANY or LANY in Gematria equals 11. Right here, the 1 dealing with the tower in Gematria equals 11, just like the 111 stories or the 110 stories in the towers, just like New York being the 11th state also. So if the 405 is a highway, is an interstate in the movie, right, that is based off of, because this plane, if I haven't explained it 1,000 times already with this decode, I'm gonna say it again so you can get it. I'm sorry, wait. This plane crash landed on the 405. Funny enough, the connection to OJ 9/11, right? He drove on the 405, right? On the white Bronco, which is looks just like the death card, and we saw a lot of death that day on live television, right? Kind of probably traumatizes us to this day, or desensitize us. That's why we could see so much death and horror. So LA to New York, how do you get from LA to New York? Interstate 80, and again we see the grand importance of the number 8 right there, the double 8. Okay, radium. Okay, rhodium in Gematria equals 88. The 45th element, the 405, just like the movie. You get the double 8 right here, the east to the west, right? And you get also the 88 from Bruce Brannett. And again, we see the grand importance of the 8 by looking at Interstate 80. So rewind or watch the earlier parts. We get from LA to New York, okay, on the I-80, right? And you might say, oh, that has nothing to do with it. You're crazy. No, I'm not crazy. Started the build on 1956. This Interstate 911. If you add up these digits, 9111. Completed in 1986. You get the 99 and the 6. Okay. I-80 East in Gematria equals 119. Interstate 80 East equals 119. 119 is the same as saying 911 right there. So I just wanted you to see the part where the damn plane falls on this interstate, on this dummy's head. So go watch it. So continuing to roger that, the last part, the story too good to be true. According to insiders, Brannett and Hunt, so it was Bruce Brannett and Jeremy Hunt, did not make the film entirely on a couple of dollars. They use $3,000 home computers running Celeron chips. So they said they started on $300 budget. So now we find out that it was a little bit more that they used, but also borrowed heavy duty equipment at the effect shops where they worked, including $1 million Henry machine, a high-end video compositing system made by Quantel. So they lied even about that. They said it was based off a $300 budget, and we find out they used different equipment. So who wrote this article? Who is Roger? Roger that. From the first part of the movie, it says Roger that to the pilot, from the pilot to the traffic control. Roger that. So let's continue. Who was Roger in this movie? Right here, Roger Ebert, real famous for criticizing movies. So Roger Ebert reviewed the film 405, called it a good little movie. A person, like a critic like this, to name this, I wouldn't say piece of crap, but like it's not the best film on earth. He said a good little movie, which is kind of positive, but I found it funny that he actually reviewed a movie that was viral before viral was viral on the internet, before you had TikTok, Instagram, and all these things going viral. this movie was out on the internet, and I found it funny that he reviewed it. Let's continue. Roger Ebert equals 415 for 1 times 5, right there, the 45. Again, my conclusion, they did most of it at home, could have done all of it at home, fudged a little, stirred up resentments among computer wizards who are fiercely competitive and proud of their work. But boy, it's a good little movie. That was from the article. Okay, that was from the article Roger Ebert wrote on this movie, which I thought was hilarious. So computer wizards, what we have equals 2022, good little movie 222 in Gematria. Roger Ebert was the film critic of the Chicago Sun-Times from 1967 until his death in 2013. In 1975, he won the Pulitzer Prize for Distinguished Criticism. So this was like the king of critics right here. If he didn't like something, he'll let you know. If it wasn't up to par, a lot of people respected his criticism. And he had a partner, I forget his name, was Ebert and something. Ebert, can't remember, but he was also just as critical as him. And I found it hilarious that he criticized this film. So I named the title Roger That. So let's go to the dates. He was born on this date right here. Look at this number, guys, 9/11. He passed away April 4th, 2013. You get that 888. And also from the miles on the truck, the 888, Bruce Brannett, the 88 from the BB. Okay. So I wanted to thank everybody that you actually stayed for all of this. I know it's kind of lengthy on this movie 405, but I gave you lots and lots of tips that they knew that this was going on. And if they didn't know, maybe it was a coincidence through the numbers. Maybe it was. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Watch all the parts if you can, please. Helps me out a lot. Hit that like, subscribe also. And right here, I want to leave you with this from Logan. I saw one of his shows, and he said, "Man is being harvested for gold in Gematria equals that dreadful number 119 or 911." So I appreciate all of you. And I'm so grateful that you actually tuned in, took your time. Like I said, I appreciate all of you. There's gonna be more decodes out there, more things that I wanted to share. I just wanted to get these 2 videos or 2 different topics, because one was about Decode 144, totally random how I found that. So if you're a decoder, go watch Decode 144. The symbolism, the lyrics in that song is very deep to what we're dealing with now, and how I made that connection to 9/11. And it's so funny. Watch this movie and I made a connection to 9/11 again. So I just wanted to share, try to do it for yourselves first. Decode yourself, decode your family, your friends, people around you, get to know them. Okay, and this is the movement, guys. Decoding is going to be the movements, hence the name of the program, the channel, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be the move. It's been hidden from us, and we've been spooked out for many millennia. All this information, especially Gematria, was very hidden. The rest not so much. But if you're a faithful person of the Bible, remember, you can decode that Bible. If they haven't, somebody should teach you how to decode that Bible through the words, through the numbers. You even have a chapter called Numbers, and it's right there. Uses astrology, uses numerology, a little bit, of course, in the Jewish Hebrew tradition, they use the Gematria. So it's all there, but they didn't want to let you know. They didn't want to let you know. But don't get mad. Now we know, and we take that power back. But let's not use it to fight and waste our energies. Let's use it to unite, keep getting stronger, loving each other, and not letting all this hoopla, all these movies. Look, we dealt with so many movies live on air, from the O.J. Simpson thing to this, to that, the Parkland shooting. Now Alex Jones is on trial. Not that I'm defending anybody here, I'm just saying all these things, the vids, the vid-19 and the blah blah blahs. We're watching it like a movie. So decode it like a movie. Do it for yourself. Find your favorite movie and try to decode it through the numbers, okay? I highly encourage it. These two topics, and I'll say it again, were completely random, just to show you the randomness, the synchronicity. I started getting connection to the guys out there, the who's, the wolves out there. They know who they are. They started putting stuff in the chat in the Discord that I'm in. And join that Discord. Go to Waters Above Crypto, join his Patreon, and message him. I want to be part of a Wolves. I want to decode. I want to learn more about this, from trading to life, health, music, movie, art. We share everything with each other, and you get that synchronicity. Everybody gets connected. You don't even have to talk. We don't even talk. We just write, and we already. Oh, I remember. I was thinking about that the other day. Oh, I just mentioned that to somebody today. All this synchronicity takes place. That's why I always say in my videos, be positive, have zero expectations, and be open. Thank you, and I love y'all.